Hello everyone, welcome to the last video of today. So, last time I talked about 4 characters vital to the story. This time I'm gonna do, what, 1, 2, oh, yeah, there's only 4 more. I almost messed up on the math, Jesus. Alright, so let's start off from here. So we went over Jaylabzip, the overlord, and Shakiris. Next we're going over the jester, Mr. Saberlos, Corey Stonehacker, and the general. So the jester's fear of his mentors sort of develops when his mentors are terrible people. He has a mentor he's worked beside the overlord before. So if you want to include that, he's not really a mentor to the overlord's not his mentor, but he is a respected figure, of course. He's, even with all his power, it's not really, he respects his power, I guess. I mean, everyone has to in the kingdom of Saberlos. So, yeah. Then there's Mr. Saberlos and Corey Stonehacker, who both are incredibly smart individuals within the town of Saberlos. And Bobby, who is also the jester, that's his name, he sort of gets inspired by these two creators, these two smart individuals, and even sees the sort of faults between, they see that they're not perfect, but their intelligence is, and that's what sort of inspired them. Then there's, so Corey Stonehacker is, he has connections to certain characters that he heard before. He's teamed up with the overlord before. What else? He, of course, Bob, or the jester, whatever. I guess there's also the fact that there's two halves to him. There's the jester, and then there's Bobby, and then, so maybe there's two different, maybe he sees the jester, he wants to be the jester, but is struggling to do that in the face of his mentors. One of the mentors he has to team up with, look up to, and he fears disobeying them. And the other mentor he has to fight against. So, yeah. And with the creations of add-ons being, I had inspiration from when I did add-on videos, and I sort of came up with the concept of add-ons being a sort of new technology that Bobby created for all of Saberlos to use. Is sort of technology allows people who buy it to enter in a whole fictional world where they could do whatever they want. And so he truly is the most. Let me see, because I don't want to be I want to be wrong, but I think he's one. The Jester is one of the most actually he's actually a good guy, compassionate, nice. It's Mr. Saberlos who is sort of stepping into the gray category. Mr. Saberlos is the teacher and slash historian of Sakeup, and you get introduced to him at the beginning. He's the one who introduces the overlord, right? As this tyrant along with his family and whatnot. Anyways, Mr. Saberlos is known for being one of the, if not the most smartest person on the planet, having hundreds of books memorized, trying to, knowing a lot of history off the top of his head. He is smart, alright? And he's even been one of, if not the only person to stand up to the overlord and live. So he's more analytical but cold, right? He made some questionable decisions that got the team in terrible situations. And I guess the fear of knowledge makes sense for him because he has the most knowledge, but he fears what he could become of it, right? And he fears what other people would do for what he knows. And we get some sort of moments with Sakeup and the historian, at the end of the story. So that's good. Corey Stonehacker is the most weird individual. Not weird, but weird antagonist. He is sort of just there, you know? He's not just a henchman, but he's one of the most lethal, he's a lethal planner for the overlord. He comes up with schemes to lure out the team, and he's not completely on the overlord side. He's just on this side for the time being, trying to figure out how to get the upper hand, right? This is sort of like a mental warfare between different characters. It's the same, it's kind of like a parallel to the World War III, right? It's all these different forces going against each other. It's not just one and two, it's all versus all, if that makes sense. And I feel like that separation and not just teamwork, there's no teamwork really. With all the doubt, with all the fear, with all the mistakes, there's going to be some disagreement. There's going to be some it's not going to be the best situation to be in. I mean, it never was to begin with, but you get what I'm trying to say. Now we're going to the general, which is a fear of arrogance. That's exactly why he hates the overlord. I feel like he sees arrogance as a sort of plague to people that consumes. And once he looks at the overlord, that's a prime example. The overlord is nobody can do anything to this guy because the overlord can't be hurt because he has this mythical rod, right? He has this mythical rod that's more powerful than any magic and anything. He can summon whatever he wants. He's and he's killed the gods that tried to stop him. He is now the god of Sepako. Or he doesn't even go by God because everyone knows who he is. Everyone's scared of who he is. And there's nothing they can do about it. Even the family of the overlord combined, who are second to him in power, can't do anything to him. And the general sees the arrogance and the plague that happens to people once they, be consumed by arrogance. And it's a fatal flaw for a reason, people. And maybe he tries to repel this from himself, from others, and that's why he probably disagrees with some of the teammates, right? First there's Bobby, or the Jester, whatever you want to go by. He has made his machines, right? He's made so many things for Sepako itself that it's kind of fair to be arrogant there. And you would expect him to be arrogant, and he is arrogant. It makes sense. Mr. Saberlos is known to be one of the smartest people alive. Even the Jester respects him. So he is calm and collected and calculated. He's arrogant. And having to work with these arrogant people and knowing the plague that arrogance is and what it eventually will do, he acts angry, but he's just scared for their well-being, if that makes sense. And that is time, people. That is everything. Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Thank you. This was lengthy, this was long. I appreciate it. Having anything at this point is good. Alright? Having anything to do with this big project. It's 9 books. I'm planning for it to be a series about all of this. I feel like I can do it, right? There's so much to do here. And now I got notes about this. And there's so many other characters I haven't even touched upon. I probably can in the other, the whole series. I feel like this could work. Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hope for me. I can do this. I appreciate everything. I'll see you guys later. Good morning, good evening, and good night.